What's going on? So I personally have a YouTube channel that is nearing 100,000 subscribers. And I also run a YouTube agency where we help people of all kinds grow channels of all kinds and make money on this platform. So if you're looking to grow on YouTube, this video will be tremendously helpful for you because I'm going to outline 10 simple tips that you can start doing today to grow faster on YouTube. So if that's something you're looking to do, be sure to stick around to the end because all of these tips are spicy and they will help you grow on YouTube. So let's get right into it. So the first tip is one that you may have heard before, and this is to use your sub confirmation link whenever sharing a link to your channel. So what a sub confirmation link is whenever someone clicks that link, it'll automatically take them to your channel, but it'll actually ask them to subscribe, and it'll pop up right on their screen, giving them the option to either subscribe or to not. So naturally, more people that are clicking this are more likely to subscribe because it's put right in front of their face and you've removed friction from them subscribing. And if you're wondering what your sub confirmation link is, it's just this special ending, which I just popped up on the screen here, at the end of the URL to your channel. So if you just add that, it'll automatically become a sub confirmation link. So this advice is pretty common across YouTube, but you can actually get a lot more people to click that link by using some influential psychology hacks. So we as people love to do things that we're told not to do. So by simply putting the words, "do not click this," in front of your sub confirmation link, way more people will click it. So obviously this is a little cheeky, so you should make sure that it makes sense for your brand. But for me on my channel, I've done this with great success. And my mentality was, if they're watching my content, they're interested in that content, why not give them that little push to subscribe? And I know that if I came across this on YouTube, I would find that funny and subscribe. So make sure that it makes sense to you, but a lot of people will click it. And you can actually take it a step further by using the "do not click this," but taking your sub confirmation link and putting it into something like Bitly, which allows you to shorten the link, but also to track how many people click it. So this is a great way to actually prove that a ton of people are clicking that link because you told them not to. And you can also play around with what language you're using with different links to see how many people are clicking it. But this is something that I have used, and I have personally gained hundreds, if not thousands of subscribers simply from using this link and telling people not to click it. Tip number 2 is to spend the time to learn at least basic search engine optimization skills for YouTube. Luckily, YouTube SEO is way easier than Google, and you can get a decent understanding of it by watching even a few simple videos. I have some on my channel and more will be coming, but it is so powerful to understand this stuff at least at a basic level to give yourself a way better opportunity to grow. Some of the most predictable early success and wins for small channels can be achieved by targeting keywords through search engine optimization. So spending a bit of time can instantly put yourself in the minority of creators and allow you to start stacking up these wins to get more momentum and growth on YouTube. The third tip is to make sure you're using custom thumbnails for every single video and designing through this lens. It should be complementary to the title, not necessarily the exact same thing. That makes it more of a story to build anticipation and get people to click. And secondly, you want to make sure that your thumbnails stand out. So definitely compare and see what else is out there from your competition, especially for similar videos, but try to make it your own, try to make it better than what is out there, but still build off the elements that made those videos successful. But getting people to click is one of the most important things that you need to do as a YouTube creator in order to grow. So custom thumbnails are a huge part of this. So always make sure that you're complementing the title and also speaking directly to the audience, building up anticipation, really making them want to click and click now. A great place to learn about YouTube fundamentals is go look at super successful channels and break down why they did what they did to build up the anticipation so that you felt compelled to click it. The fourth tip is to shorten your titles. So many people are spamming so much text into their titles that's actually getting cut off by anybody who might see the title on their phone or other areas of YouTube. So if that's not actually going to be included in the title, but it's important for people to see that, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. So after 60 characters, there is the opportunity that your title will be cut off. So at the very least, keep the real important parts within the first 60 characters to ensure that it is seen by everybody. There will be situations where this isn't possible and doesn't make sense, but a good rule of thumb is always try to make it very clear, short, and concise, and that 60 character rule is a great thing to consider and work from. And both titles and the previous tip of thumbnails are what's going to impact your click-through rate, which is one of the most important stats on YouTube. So play around with both of these things to work towards improving your overall click-through rate for all of your future videos. It will do wonders for YouTube pushing your content. The next tip speaks to the other extremely important thing on YouTube, and that is keeping people watching your videos. You obviously first need to get them to click the video, but then it is equally as important to keep them watching. So you want to edit your videos for retention. And this can be done a variety of different ways, but a good thing to keep in mind is how short people's attention spans are, and you want to design or edit accordingly. So when editing, you want to include pattern interrupts so people don't get lulled to sleep. You want to continue to grab their attention, and you can do this through a bunch of different editing techniques throughout the video. This can be a scene change, additional imagery over top of your video, constructing a story that builds anticipation and actually encourages people to stick around for the entire video. video. Mr. Beast is the best at this. Go watch his videos and see what he does. He purposely starts by building a story with a ton of tension and anticipation and teases it throughout the video to make sure you're still watching because you want to figure out how it all ends. And the final tip when it comes to retention is to be honest with yourself and focus on keeping people around. If you watch the video back and even you're getting bored by your own content, you have to find a way to spice it up. And there are tons of different ways that you can do this, but you're going to want to make sure you think about this because if you or your friends are getting bored by your content, the average person likely will too. You can also go way overboard with too much editing that makes it difficult to consume the content. So there is definitely a balance to be struck here, but you want to make sure it's easy to watch for the type of content that it is and not super boring that people want to jump off very quickly. And this is definitely an art form. So what I recommend doing is going to the major channels in your niche or any related channel that's very successful and see how they're constructing their videos. Because if they're doing very well, it means they have a high click-through rate and people are staying to watch the videos. So emulate how they're putting their videos together, then do that in your own style with your own flair. And that perfectly segues into the next point, which is to constantly be studying other YouTubers, even outside of your direct niche. The best place to learn about YouTube is on YouTube, because if something is working for somebody else, you can probably deconstruct the strategy behind those decisions and then apply it within your niche to help you grow faster. So I constantly watch people's content that I may not even truly love, but they're doing super well, obviously because people are resonating with it and YouTube is getting positive data, which then triggers them to push that content. And we obviously want the same. So start watching content through a critical lens to figure out why the decisions were made, because if these super successful channels are doing it, they're doing it for a reason because it works. If you've taken any value from this video to this point, please take 2 seconds and smash the like button or click it softly, whatever you're into. We don't judge, but I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you. The next tip has nothing to do with YouTube directly, but it can be huge for helping you to spot trends within your niche, as well as come up with different video topics that will get you more views. So what you want to do is go subscribe to relevant newsletters within your niche, your industry, or similar to the kind of content that you're creating. Whatever your audience would want to see, wherever they're hanging out, subscribe to relevant newsletters to those kinds of people. Why you want to do this is because written word travels far faster than video because it's easier to create and get out there. So these newsletters will bring relevant news to you on an ongoing basis that if you take and then create a video topic off of that quickly, if the other channels in your niche are slower than you, you will get that momentum and that traffic, even if you don't have as many subscribers or people who typically watch your videos. YouTube doesn't discriminate. If there's a demand for content and no one else is filling it, they'll give it to a channel with 0 subscribers. So trends are a massive opportunity, especially for smaller channels, to ride that trend and grow along with it. And newsletters are a fantastic way to stay up to date with all things going on within your niche and allow you to have awesome video ideas that are trending that you can make quickly. And the next tip will also help you do this. It's another way to get news on an ongoing basis, and it's through setting up Google alerts relevant to your niche. So you can actually set up Google alerts through your Google account to get Google to send you updates and news on those keywords every single day or weekly, however you set it up to, so you're constantly up to date with the things going on across the internet related to your niche. So a lot of people don't even know that Google alerts exist, but it is a fantastic resource for coming up with current videos for you to make. The next tip is super crucial, especially if you're focused on growing or growth for your channel. If you are more of a creative and you're doing this as more self-expression, obviously this stuff doesn't matter as much for you, but you're watching this video, so you clearly care about growth. So since you fall into that camp, you need to have a really strong understanding as to who you're trying to target. Who is your audience and what is the value that you're providing to that specific audience? You should have a very clear understanding of how you're targeting and what you do or bring to those people. It should be so obvious, because this way, when those people do find your content, and they will, especially using the previous tips, you want it to be glaringly obvious that they are in the right place and they want more because you're speaking directly to them. And the deeper understanding that you have on exactly who you're targeting, the more often that's going to happen. And the more passionate these people that find your content will be about your content, and they're going to share it with their like-minded friends. So if you're all over the place and you don't even know who you're trying to target, it's going to make growth so much harder, especially if you are a small channel. Being specific is super critical, because if YouTube knows who you are, they know who to show you to, and they're far more likely to do that because they won't view your channel and your content as risky because they know who to show it to, because you've given them that clear understanding. At the end of the day, YouTube is a for-profit business, and if they show your content to someone and they don't like it and they end up leaving YouTube, they just lost money. So you have to understand that when YouTube wins, you win, and they do want you to win, but not not at the cost of them losing. So you have to actually work along with them and give them a clear understanding of what your content is, who it's for, to help them help you. The 10th tip is something that is super critical to finding success and long-term success on YouTube. And that is not trying to be like somebody else. When you're watching the same YouTubers over and over again, it is so easy to try to emulate what they've done and do that for yourself. But that is a very, very bad idea, because that void in the marketplace has already been filled. There's already a Matt Diavella out there. There's already a Graham Stephan. If you try to do what they did, you're never going to win, because you aren't them and you never will be. So listen to this principle. Different is better than better. And it's also substantially easier, because if you try to be something that you're not, it's going to be difficult to maintain and people will see right through it. So focus on being different, which is awesome because that's just being you. So focus on that. Whatever niche you're entering into, don't try to be something that's already there. Bring your own unique spin to it, because that's exactly why people will resonate with you and consume that content the way that they do, and they'll love it. That's also exactly why a niche is never too saturated, because people can hear the same message from 100 different people, but only resonate with one of those people. So that's why there will always be an opportunity, regardless of what niche you're trying to enter, because they haven't heard it from you. And that is your own unique spin. And that's exactly what will bring you success if you consistently stick with that and continue to deliver your unique messaging and presentation style. So don't try to copy someone else, develop your own voice through creating. And that's exactly why people will ride with you. If your goal is to grow on YouTube, I want to help you do it. And I post videos like this all the time to help you do it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you never miss a video. I'm nearing 100,000 subscribers. And when we get there, I will be running a giveaway on this channel. So let's get there as fast as we can so I can give some stuff away and also stroke my ego a bit. So don't forget to click the subscribe button. And if you're looking for some more help with growing on YouTube, check out this video I just linked in the card above, where I talk about some insider information straight from YouTube about how you can grow faster. So click this, it'll help a lot. I'll see you over there. No, seriously, click it and we'll continue the conversation. You'll be happy you did.